Today I wanted to do a quick video about my current weight loss journey. This has been really interesting because there's one thing I'm currently obsessed about. It's surrender. It's this idea that we have a lot of processing to do. We as people can process basically the bullshit of the past, the thing that our unresolved business, in order to make space for the thing we truly desire, and a truly like a higher acumen, not just doing what other people say we should do, but to create and to be truly who we are meant to be. Now, I'm so convinced with surrender that a lot of our problems are emotional problems, that truth be told, I then went and decided, hey, a very long time ago, I was going to try and learn to maintain my body, to create the essence, to create what I feel like my body should look like through surrender, through dealing with my blockages towards creating that. And it's been one of the most interesting journeys I've been on, because me as Mr. Relationship Expert Guru, and also me as Mr. Surrender Guru, would tell you that learning to surrender your blockages towards relationships almost gives you this innate, intense understanding and perception towards other people. It's like we surrender our blockages and we can see where other people are at. But what happens when it comes to weight? What happens when it comes to our relationship with food? It really, really perplexed me, because I was always like, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know. And I'm okay with that, because I had surrendered my blockages towards not knowing. Anyway, so my past history was that I've tried a bunch of diets. I've lost a bunch of weight. I think the best diet I'd ever been on was the 800 diet, where I lost like 15 kilos. At one point, I was pretty much anorexic in my teens. So what would happen is what I was really confused about is, if I surrendered enough, if I processed something, would I magically just lose the weight? Interestingly, the answer is something along the lines of yes, but not along that. So the first step was for me to truly surrender to what I was feeling. And truth be told, a lot of my desires were actually around food. It was like, I want to eat. I had this suppressed part of me that felt like it was not allowed to eat. So what did I do? I motherfucking ate. I ate and I ate and I ate, and it was scary. I put on 13 kilos over the coronavirus, pretty much eating a block of caramel a day. It was a great time. Here's the thing. Once I had finally eaten enough, I had finally gotten to this interesting point where I was afraid to desire food that much. My sense of taste increased. My sense of perception over food and understanding these beautiful nuances increased. But I was afraid of loving food so much. Once I'd finally then surrendered my love for food and my fear of loving food, did I realize that there was a deep part of me that thought, if I had taught myself to hate food, if I taught myself to move away from food, what was it? If I was truly, it was like this counteractive, this belief that it just didn't make sense anymore for me to be afraid of eating. That truly I was to love eating. That I was afraid of eating, and I thought that if I feared eating enough, I would lose weight. This weekend, I decided to deeply, deeply surrender. Last weekend, to deeply, 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 deeply surrender to the pain, to the fear, to the desire to look in the mirror and be like, damn, and the desire to no longer feel like I'm overeating and to feel deep shame. But to no longer feel this deep shame, you must process it. You must let it up. We already like have so much shit going on in our lives. We gotta let that bullshit up. Damn. So I surrendered. I surrendered. I surrendered. I surrendered. It was deeply painful. I thought that if I loved food less, I would lose weight. But my path of surrender dived me into loving food more. So I surrendered. I surrendered. I let all the pain come up. All the stories I've been telling myself, all the stories that other people tell me. Surrendered. I surrendered. I realized that there was an energy that loved health, an energy that loved to maintain one's body, an energy that was okay feeling vain. It was like I had suppressed that part of myself. A lot of people have a fear of being beautiful. So I surrendered. Surrendered, surrendered, surrendered. Pretty much immediately, that's when I cut my hair. I changed my website straight away. Energy was moving. What happened was I finally let that desire out. The desire for food and the desire to lose weight are two separate things. We think they're the same. We think we must cut down our food in order to lose weight. But the irony is, as I was finally let that desire out, the desire to lose weight, I ironically started eating less. It almost was this intense naturalness. It was like I actually realized I don't need to eat as much. I enjoy food. I love food. But I myself don't have to fucking worry if I'm eating. It's like I know what I need. My deeper part of me knows what I need to achieve my goals. And that weight loss is not a fucking diet. It's every choice you make. And that we use someone else's method, which is fine, in order to make life easier for us. But if you were like me, you want more. If you were like me, you want more than what is already out there. So what did I do? I fucking surrendered. This week, I've lost 3 kilos without trying. That's the key here. I don't want to try anymore. I want to live. That's the thing when I talk about with relationships. We let our bullshit come up. We are brave to surrender to our bullshit. We are brave to deal with that. We let it come up. We look at it. We let it pass. And more importantly, we let it go. And we give space. Most of us want a relationship, but we aren't emotionally available for it. Most of us want to lose weight, but we aren't emotionally available for it. We have not unplugged the desire. So what do? We willpower. We ask, what's the thing I can do, rather than what's the thing I have to feel? We do not let ourselves be ourselves, which is someone who wants to lose weight, which is someone who wants to love. Because it's too hard. It's worth saying. We've got to admit to ourselves. So anyway, I noticed a change in myself after this deep meditation. Eating as much as I can no longer brings me pleasure, because the part of me that wants to lose weight knows that some foods are good, some foods are bad. And eating the amount that I was, at the frequency that I was, no longer makes me happy. I still desire food, but I am at peace, and there is no willpower. That's what I want for me. That's what I want for you guys. That's what I want for the world. The age of willpower is over. The age of success and surrender is here. Ciao.